Alright guys, welcome back to another review for the Horror Man Slashback Challenge. This is the first for 2020, and the theme that Joe the Horror Man has set for this week is titled Return Slashers. And by that he means slasher movies in which your character returns to something, either his hometown, his home, or the scene of a violent murder or something like that. And the film I chose to review this week is 2009's My Buddy Valentine. Now this is a remake to the 1981 movie. The plot of this one is fairly simple-ish. Jensen Ackles' character has returned home after 10 years, and there's a backstory with this. Essentially, 10 years earlier, he was responsible for an accident that killed a bunch of miners. And because of this, the one surviving miner came back and slaughtered a bunch of his friends. So now that he's back in town, he's not popular for that because of what happened then, and he's also not popular because his father's passed away, and he has plans to sell the mine, which will pretty much put everybody out of work in this town. So, and to make matters worse, the killing started up again. So that's pretty much the plot for this movie. I really love the first 20 minutes of this film. They're a lot of fun. Like lots of good kills. Even in the post 10-year part, there's like an extended nude scene, which was kind of amusing. But then the film kind of gets bogged down. The main problem I have with this film is they pretty much established the killer really well in the first 20 minutes of this movie. Great backstory, great motive for revenge, and they had their setup. But for some reason they decided to do the 10-year thing, and it kind of made the film not as much fun. Essentially, they didn't really catch the killer. They shot him a couple times and he was wounded, so they're thinking that he may have came back, but they're not sure. And we have two red herring characters that might be the killer that are, but and it keeps going back and forth with that. It's just not as much fun. Now, the one bright spot about this film, though, is this one also stars Tom Atkins from Night of the Creeps, and he plays a detective in this one. And he's really great in this movie. He really chooses scenery in all his scenes, and the film is a lot better for him being in it. Like, all his scenes are great. Now, this film, another kind of drawback for this film is this was a 3D film, and you really need to watch it in 3D. Like, the kills are all set up in 3D, and since we have the guy using a pickaxe, they make great use of that in the movie. Now, this one here is the first release. It comes with these old style 3D glasses. I was really curious about that because when I initially watched this one, I watched this one on a standard definition TV, and I was wondering if the effects would be better on a 4K TV, and they were. They're not perfect, but it's still fairly watchable. But if you do want to watch this film, you got to watch it in 3D, so there won't be as much fun if you don't, because none of the effects will work as well, or the kill scenes. There's lots of blood and guts flying at the screen in this one. I would still recommend this movie, although it's not quite as much fun as the trailers make it out to be. Like, because I was not a big fan of the giallo type setup in this. Like, every scene where they go to the police station was kind of dull, and I'd rather see a bunch of kids get slaughtered in the mine as opposed to police driving around town looking for a killer. Alright guys, that's it. I'm really curious to see everybody else reviewed for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you all later.